What's good, Internet? Jake here, dumb as ever, and I've got another Masters of the Universe movie toy set to look at, and this is the Amazon exclusive 4-pack. Amazon tends to do these exclusive 4-packs with Mattel. I feel like they have some sort of deal, so these are kind of common. As you can see, it comes in a very plain cardboard sort of box, but if you open it, it has a ton of awesome art inside. Either art or pictures, I can't really tell, but we've got Skeletor and He-Man facing off, along with Man-at-Arms and Goat-Man. Got the sword in the middle, and got the logo, yep, all that good stuff. These are our 4 figures. I will say that they're all exclusive, but so Goatman is wholly exclusive, and then the decos on these 3 are exclusive, and we can kind of compare the He-Man one. Sadly, I don't have Wave 2, so I don't have Skeletor, and I do not have a Man-at-Arms, which would be Wave 3, but we'll take a look at all 4 of them, do little reviews of each one, and do some comparisons, all that good stuff. Alright, so here's all 4 figures in one shot, just so you can see the height differences. Skeletor, He-Man, and Man-at-Arms are about all the same height, and then Goat-Man is a bit taller, which makes sense. He's definitely a large character in the movie. So we're gonna go one by one and review each figure, starting with He-Man. Now, I've already done a review of the core Wave 1 He-Man, and this is the exact same figure, so I'm gonna be a little bit less detailed, and most of the review here is going to come from comparison, but let's just take a quick look at all the details. Got the nicely sculpted hair, of course. Got his chest vest or whatever it is, his skirt. As you can see, he does have the loincloth under. I keep seeing posts on Instagram about him having the skirt instead of the underwear. And then I saw another post talking about how the toys have the underwear, and it's like, bro, we're thinking way too much about He-Man's underwear, it's fine. For articulation, he has 360 on the head, his arms can go out like this, and then spin, and then he has one single elbow joint that can also spin. His wrist can swivel, it's got an in and out joint, and then this hand has an up and down joint, and that's a standard joint throughout the line. Every figure has an in and out on their left hand and an up and down on their right hand. He does have a waist joint that's surprisingly tight, but it is there, I think. It won't go left. Interesting. Oh, there we go. I will say his skirt is kind of annoying because it likes to go up, and it just makes him look stupid. Like, you have to push it down. His legs go forward, not back that much. He has one bend at the knee, and it can swivel 360. No foot joint or anything. So that's his articulation scheme. Now, let's go ahead and compare him to the regular release of He-Man, which, as you can see, there is a bit of difference between the two. So his vest, armor and stuff, have a bit more of a muted color scheme. It is brown, I'd say, but it's just like a very muted brown color, as opposed to the Wave 1 release's very nice dark brown color. And his hair is also, it's got like a bit of a black wash applied to it, and it's just like a darker yellow. Like, I'd say this is more like cheese colored hair. And then this hair almost looks more realistic to the actual movie, which, you know, because I think this head sculpt is better with the black wash applied to the hair. I think it just looks better. But yeah, you can pop off their heads, so let's just do one of these. See how he looks. Yeah, the skin tone matches fine enough to me. I kind of like that more than his regular hair color for the toy. I might just swap their heads permanently. Alright, so that's He-Man, and I guess I can show you Battle Cat. And here is this He-Man on Battle Cat. Yeah, so if you want a more darker color, I mean, this might be more movie accurate for all I know, like the colors, or it might just look more like this because of the color grading or whatever, but it's kind of boring looking to me, so I would definitely prefer his more almost cartoon accurate colors. Okay, next up we have Man-at-Arms, played by Idris Elba, which is a casting I really like. Really like Idris Elba, and it's cool that he's Man-at-Arms. Very, very similar to his old cartoon costume, obviously, just, I'd say, like, slightly decreased in size. Like, the shoulder pauldron is really not that big. Like, this thing right here that kind of goes in front of his face is not that big, but very similar shaping and stuff like that. Taking a closer look at the details, you can see all the little details applied to his armor pauldron, and he's got this wrist-mounted rocket blaster, I'm assuming. He's got a rocket pack, actually. I'm pretty sure we can see that in the trailer, that he can fly with this. Does look like he can do that. More normal shoulder pauldron here. We got this. Oh, this has a little peg. Oh, nice. This can actually peg onto his leg, which is something I was kind of complaining about with Teela, is that they didn't give her a holster, but they did give Man-at-Arms a holster, kind of. Not really. He can just plug it onto his leg, but still, that's kind of cool. Didn't realize that. On the other leg, it almost looks like a tiny version of his club, so I wonder if in the movie, like, the club will, like, increase in size when he needs to use it or something. That would be kind of cool. And then we just got some more detail down here. And you can see under his armor, he's kind of got, like, this turtleneck sweater thing going on. Oh, and then here's the head sculpt. Got his classic goofy-looking helmet on. I'm glad they gave him the helmet, man. It's goofy, but that's He-Man. Oh, and I should mention that he has a belt with, like, grenades on it. Yeah, just a bunch of grenades, which is cool. I think the difference between this and what the retail release will be the armor color, the color it's casted in. I think it's more shiny in this pack than it will be at retail. We haven't really gotten super good pictures of what Man-at-Arms retail will look like, so that is just what I've read and what people have said, so I don't know for sure, but maybe the color will be closer to, like, his club. Like, this is more orange here, but maybe the retail release will be more gold. But yeah, I'm not sure. For articulation, it is going to be the same as all the others. He might be slightly hindered. He's slightly... No, not even. I don't think he's slightly hindered by any of his armor. Yeah, same articulation as all of the other guys, including the wrist going up and down on the right hand. The arm armor is a little bit annoying because it can slide down, and it gets really loose if it slides down, but you can just push it back up, and I don't think it'll slide down naturally just like when you're playing with it. In terms of accessories, like I said, he has his gun here. Do believe this is different than Teela's blaster. Yeah, if you look at them, they have two different blasters. And then we've got his club, which looks really cool and detailed. It's got a bunch of sculpting on the top here. It's got those little circles that we all know. And yeah, just kind of a nicely detailed weapon. Here he is with Wave 1, Teela, and He-Man. So, yep, we got the whole team together, which is really cool. Not the whole team, I guess we still need Roboto, which I'm not sure we'll get a regular core release, since Roboto is quite a bit bigger than the other characters. There is like an action feature Roboto, which I think is kind of meant to stand in for the core version, but you know, never know, they might make just a regular core release, but I think that Roboto, the action feature one, will probably be many people's go-to for their collection. And here he is with the Wave 1 Beastman, and then Skeletor and Goatman again, just so you can see him with all of the villains. Alright, and here we have the Skeletor from the set. So, I don't know about paint applications in terms of differences, but I do know for a fact that the cloth cape is not on the regular core version. The regular core version has a plastic cape, so that's pretty cool that this guy has a cloth cape. Very thin, very see-through. But still, and it does have some rips applied to it, which is pretty cool. So very nice little cape going on, and then he has this little extra piece too, which I'm not super sure why he has it, but I think it's because of this little piece right here, where his back is visible. So I think they just gave him an extra little cloth piece to hide that. Let's check out the details on Skeletor. So a lot of the art and stuff in the movie shows his face as like a very white skull, but this toy is much more yellow, which is cool because that's how Skeletor's meant to look. And if you look into his eyes, you can see that he actually has little red circles for eyes. I don't know if that's painted or what, but that's pretty impressive. They're pretty deep into the skull as well, so that's awesome looking. Very cool head sculpt. Got the hood on his head. It is attached to his head. Basically, he can look down. He can look up a little bit, but not really, to be honest. He kind of stops at facing forward. He's got his vest here, which is attached to his body right here. It's attached to his chest. He's got the little red gem. Very cool texturing all on his armor and his body. He's kind of got like this necrotic flesh look going on with the blue skin and then textured gauntlets. And his belt is also got a lot of texturing going on. Kind of looks like a snake. Yeah, some snakes there, which is cool. His crotch is just kind of smooth. It's not like the furry loincloth like a He-Man has. It's got more texturing here. Very subtle texturing, but you can feel it, honestly. You can also see it. And then he's got the very cool textured boots. So yeah, very, very cool sculpt here. Articulation is going to be exactly the same as all the others. Waist articulation, leg out, and I am glad that they all seem to have the exact same articulation scheme. That's nice to have that standardized. One thing with this little piece is that it likes to go off to the side here. It likes to go over here, but I do believe it's meant to be right behind his neck, like that, sort of. I think. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure. That makes the most sense to me. He's also got his Havoc staff, which in the movie looks very cool. So here it is with the goat horns, which are nicely painted, and then the eyes are also painted metallic blue. The head of the staff is painted bone white. And then it's kind of just gray all the way down. So yeah, really, really excellent figure. Very happy to get a Skeletor action figure from the movie. Definitely want the Chronicles one as well, just because I want He-Man and Skeletor to have. But yeah, I think this is a really awesome figure. So let's stand him next to some people. Here he is next to Wave 1 He-Man and Teela. And here he is next to his henchmen Beastman and Goatman. So definitely got some heavy muscle on his team. Alright, and our final figure is an exclusive figure, exclusive to this set. As far as we know, he's not going to come out by himself. And this is Goatman, who we've seen in some of the trailers. Goatman, I think he's kind of a obscure character, relatively speaking, for Masters of the Universe. Kind of a weird pick. I could be wrong on that, but I just don't know him very well. Like, I'd expect Merman or something like that over Goatman, but we do have Goatman. He is a very big and beefy guy, as you can see. He's definitely rocking, like, the Demon from Hell look. Got these big old horns, as well as goat horns. And then his face detail is really good. Looks a lot like the actor. He's also got some goat ears. This is like white paint all over his face, which I guess is meant to be like war paint or something like that. And then he's got a bunch of black straps and stuff. Maybe they didn't want to sell this guy in stores because he looks so much like a demon from hell or something like that. Maybe Mattel was a little bit afraid of selling Demon from Hell toy to kids, but whatever, who cares. He's got his big old halberd or axe, which looks really cool. It's got some really nice texturing here. Don't know what to call that, but it feels really nice to touch. And the pole itself is nice and straight. Oh, I should mention he's got goat feet instead of regular feet, which are pretty cool, and he's got these little leg guards, which is nice. You could pull all of the stuff off, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's got a button here, but yeah, I don't really think there's a point. Not much under his vest. For articulation, he's gonna be able to... Is he able to do his head 360? Yeah, he can do his head 360. It can go up that far and down that far. Arm can go out, spin around, elbow joint, spin around, in and out, joint on his hand, up and down on his hand. His leg can kick out that far, and it can go back this far. So you can kind of do the splits. Knee bend there, that is also a swivel. So yep, same articulation as always. Oh, I didn't even mention his belt, which kind of hard to see any detail if there is any, but there is like some sculpted texturing in here. And he can hold his staff in both hands, I believe. Yeah, there we go. He looks badass. Pretty cool design. This would just be cool if you wanted like a demon design in your toys, in your collection. One thing to note, when I pulled him out, his horn was like this, like right behind his ear, so it looked a little bit weird, but I was just able, it's very soft, like you can just manipulate it as much as you want, really. So there you go. That's the core Amazon exclusive 4-pack. Very nice. I do like this He-Man because of the hair color. I think that's cool. The lighter gray, I'm not super into. Skeletor is badass. I think they did a great job on him. Again, I don't know the coloration differences from the main one, but having that cloth cape is just awesome. Man-at-Arms is really good. Really enjoy Man-at-Arms. And Goatman is also really good. I think he's really cool. So it's really fun to have all these characters. And here's everyone from Wave 1 and the 4-pack. So really cool. Really enjoying this line. Looking forward to Wave 2, which will have Skelenite, Skeletor, and Mechanic. Obviously, I already have Skeletor, but I'll get that one for comparison, probably. But Mechanic and Skelenite look very cool. And yeah, really enjoying this line. Can't wait for more. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.